Yeah, my balance disappeared on my EBT card. I am at the register. Did this happen to anybody else? I just looked at the transactions. It says that something was deposited, but it's gone. This happened to anybody else, or are we the only ones, or are we tripping?
Hello Transformation, welcome back to my channel, Modest Transformation by Celeste. In today's video, we're going to do a reaction to a lot of people have been complaining about their food stamp and their Medicaid being cut off. So if this is your first time on my platform, please subscribe and also subscribe to my other platform, Celeste World _. So let's get into it, and I'll see you guys when you come back.
A bill to restrict buying junk food with food stamps has passed. Well, not exactly. Recent discussions on food stamps and whether junk food should be allowed to be purchased with them is being talked about across the country right now. Some states such as Texas and Arkansas has proposed restrictions on what can be bought with SNAP benefits. The idea is to prevent people from using food stamps to purchase items like soda, candy, chips, and other so-called junk foods. Now, this discussion is being had because of the rising concerns over obesity, diabetes, and other diet-related issues. They believe that restricting junk food purchases might help people make healthier choices. Now, in my opinion, SNAP benefits are there to help people feed themselves and their families, but those SNAP benefits are often abused. Some people get so many SNAP benefits that they're able to sell some of them for monetary gains. Some foods should be a privilege to be able to purchase in the stores. And besides, people getting food stamps are eating better than hard-paying tax citizens right now. But currently, no national ban has been passed, but it is up for debate.
Congress just passed a budget proposal that includes new requirements if you're on Medicaid. You may soon be required to work or engage for 80 hours a month or lose your coverage. That means caregivers, disabled adults who don't meet strict exemptions, and families just trying to survive may be at risk of being kicked off Medicaid. And here's what's worse. This budget slashes funding that helps cover services for kids, especially kids with disabilities. Some versions of the proposal also suggest that children over the age of 7 may no longer be considered minors for certain programs. Literally, they're saying that children over the age of 7 shouldn't be considered minors and therefore be ineligible for Medicaid. So what does that mean? That means we're talking about therapy cuts, loss of in-home care, and supports disappearing while costs go up and services vanish. For so many families across our country, this isn't politics, it's personal. And that could include your family. And the biggest question is, if these systems start to shrink or disappear, what's the bigger plan? I plan to continue to share information, provide as much support as I can, share the plan that we have for our family and how we've been able to always tap into services, generate income, and educate our kids the best way we know how. Okay?
What's up, family? Y'all can probably see that my face is red and my eyes are watering. Doing deep level community engagement, you sometimes hear things you don't want to hear. Like when you ask someone if they're registered to vote and you start asking them about being in college and they say they were in college but they had to drop out because they had to work to help their family. And me being who I am, of course I ask, well, do y'all have enough food? And I heard sometimes it gets tough. Well, I told that baby to call me. And he said to me excitedly, are you serious? Of course I am. But I don't believe any of us should be going to sleep at night knowing there are hungry people in our community. You might not be able to do a lot of things or do everything, but minimally we can make sure people have enough to eat. We can do this, y'all. It's our responsibility. Take care.
This is not a drill. The Republicans have passed the bill, passed the Budget Committee in the House to cut Medicaid, Social Security, SNAP. This is not good. And MAGA, no, I'm not lying. You can go and check it for yourself. It's very easy to Google. And no, illegals can't get Medicaid. So stop bringing that up as a dumbass fucking excuse because you're all fucking idiots. If your rep is a Republican rep in a Republican state, you should especially be calling and emailing them and driving them crazy to make them not allow the bill to pass the final phase. It's not in play yet, but it will be if it passes the House and the Senate. Still has to pass the House, but it's out of the creation phase, which is the budget phase. So that's bad. And we do not want this bill passing.
Will kill me. I'm HIV positive for 20 years. I have survived on my meds that are $10,000 a month. And really, you look at me, I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. How have you cut all these cuts? How the hell would I be able to shop at your store?
I don't think a lot of people understand the volume of people that are going to die if Medicaid gets taken away. That means elderly people who use Medicaid to pay for their nursing home. I guess they're just going to throw them out onto the street. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. That means people who use Medicaid to pay for their chemotherapy can no longer access it. That means people who use Medicaid to pay for their diabetes care no longer can access it. And that means that I think it's 4 out of 10 births in America not going to be covered anymore because 4 out of every 10 births is paid for by Medicaid. And one thing that I don't see a lot of people talking about is the people who are not on Medicaid yet, but would need to access it in the future. Because those people, you've already signed their death sentence as well. There are a lot of people in this country who have stayed with abusive family members or stayed with abusive partners because they need financial assistance. And going out on their own, they can't afford it. When you take away safety nets like Medicaid, guess what? You're signing their death warrant. Because then they're in the position of, do I stay and have access to private insurance, but maybe die by the hands of my abuser or through negligence of my family members who are supposed to be my caretakers? Or do I go out on my own where I can afford nothing, not housing, not food, and definitely not medical care, and then just die that way?
Sorry, I was crying in the video. Because of, you guys know I'm a caregiver mom and my mother, and it's hard. And listening to this last night was very hard. And I'm, worrying and stressing because I want to make sure and access to information is that it's for everyone around us crazy. Used to it's like this is the world man this hatred and not people just see there on the phone not saying what's wrong. Right? People bullied. I guess history does itself. But I really want to stop that. Why are you messing with Medicaid? Knowing people can't afford it. Nobody don't have to be poor. There are hardworking people, but you guys don't want to pay. Sir, just like normal people. I just say one people love that God is perfect. I don't care how much money, but we're so cruel and mean to one another and think we're better than one another. It's just a sad world. And like Michael Jackson said, they don't care about us. And they don't. And he said it in his message. Long time ago, he spoke out. But I hope this video did resonate with everyone that's going through something with their loved one or whoever. And we just have to continue on praying and continue on doing the best we can. And everybody saying, you need to get out of USA with what money? Then you don't even know the country that you're going to will accept you, will like you in the long run. It's just real quiet now. Everybody's just working and trying to get things together, but it's difficult. But I hope you guys did enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe. And thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's just a thinking process that everyone needs to think about. And don't forget to subscribe once again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.